Hello and welcome to the Reality Vomit Podcast, an extension of the Vomit series of podcasts. As always, I'm your host, Mac Taylor, and today we are talking about episode 8 of the Challenge All-Stars. I believe it's called Mo Money, Mo Problems, which is, right on brand with the old school theme here. But guys, we are starting the final. We are going to purge 2 people. And I like how the final is set up in this, and we'll talk about it. But overall, the Challenge All-Stars has been a really great season, not only the Challenge, but reality television. And I really think that MTV and Paramount Plus need to keep the Challenge All-Stars in mind when framing future seasons of the Challenge, because this is great. Like this needs to be the outline more often, because this was just awesome. And I don't know how many episodes we have left after this. We maybe only have like 1 or 2. We're almost done. And I'm sad that we're almost done, because I feel like it's gone by very fast. But I've loved every second of it, and I wouldn't change it. So we start out, Gisela and John A are celebrating their first final. And I didn't know, I mean, obviously I haven't watched all the seasons of the Challenge, so I didn't know John A hasn't made a final. But I knew Gisela hadn't. So I was like, good job. And Gisela and Derek were my winner picks heading in. Spoiler alert, it does not go well for me in this episode at all. But nevertheless, there's nobody in this final where I'm going like, they really didn't do anything. John A ducked a lot of the potential eliminations, but I understand why, because she's never made a final before. And in all the seasons I've seen her in, she always gets cut early, or like has a partner who like people don't like, or like she has the worst luck in these situations. So I'm just like, John A, be careful. Like, you could make it. And she did. Darrell's also going for win number 4 here. Win number 5. He's won 4 challenges, being the Inferno 2, the Gauntlet. He might have been a part of, I can't remember his one it was, and then Fresh Meat, which is the only one I've actually seen of his wins. I saw Fresh Meat. Darrell's a beast, and not really surprised he makes the final here. And Gisela and Anisa, they do patch things up from the last episode, and they should. If they're so close outside this game to where they legit like talk like multiple times a week or FaceTime or whatever, and they know each other, like Anisa knows Gisela's kids, this should not impact their friendship. Anisa made a move in the game that she thought was the best move for her. And what if she did pick yes, and yes eliminated Gisela and Easy? Like, you beat Nehemiah and Kendall. Be happy that happened. Like, you didn't go home, Gisela. It was not a strike against you. Anisa just made the right move for her game in her mind. You can't end a lifelong friendship over a strictly game move. And it wasn't personal, and it wasn't to get Gisela out. It was to get Nehemiah out. So, and Kendall inadvertently. So, you're welcome, because Kendall would have been a beast in this final. I'm seeing all the things they were doing. Kendall would have been fantastic at this stuff, and it would have been really hard to beat her. So, you're welcome. Man, it really bugs me that Gisela got that petty over it. Kellyanne's also trying to start a nonprofit for animals. She actually gets a little bit of screen time because it's the final and she's in it. But like most of the season, she's really been kind of purple. And I was a little concerned. I was like, man, like I keep forgetting Kellyanne's in the season. But now we get, because, there's only so many people left. We get a decent amount of Kellyanne in this episode. So, she's getting some representation here at the end. So everyone, how this final is set up, there's multiple checkpoints, and you're going to be partnered up like male-female partners, and you're going to keep switching. So everyone's going to be paired with everyone at some point, which makes it very even, because if you were just paired with one person, depending on who you got and their skill sets, that could have been very detrimental. So this is like the most fair we can get. At the second checkpoint, however, 2 people will be cut. And from there on in, each checkpoint you will get points. First place will get 5 points, then 4 points, 3 points, to all that business, to like 1 point to get 5th place. But you'll still be in the running, but you want to get as many first, second place finishes as possible to get the most points, because the one singular person with the most points at the end of this will win Challenge All-Stars. And I really like that format, that there's one winner and it's all point based here in the final. And, depending on how you do with your partners in multiple legs will define it. I really like that. And I hope that they, again, continue to use this format when they move forward, because I think that's just like the most fair you can make it for people to do well. So the first phase to head to the second checkpoint, you have to solve a puzzle. And depending on how fast you solve the puzzles, who you'll be paired with, and you have to get in a canoe and go to the second checkpoint. So the people paired off are as such. We have Alton and Anisa getting paired up first. And Alton is bad at entering canoes because he almost flips the canoe right when he gets in, because he doesn't really know how to center himself. And he's also sitting in like the very front of the canoe where nobody actually sits. And it's kind of surprising that Alton doesn't know this. He really seems like the outdoor guy. And the whole time Anissa's like, balance yourself. Like, she's freaking out, because who'd have thought in an Anisa and Alton pairing that Anisa would have to be the one like giving the orders. So that was a fun thing to see. Easy is also choking early with the puzzle. And I think really it's the pressure not only of someone going home at the end of the fight, at the end of this checkpoint, but Easy's last final was the Gauntlet 3, the infamous Gauntlet 3, where he passed out and was medically evacuated. And nobody would ever let him live that down, even to this point, all these years later. People still point to that as like, oh, they never should have took Easy. Easy's the worst challenge competitor. He's fat. He's out of shape. And like, I know that all weighed on him and kind of like put some pressure on him to perform well. And I don't think Easy goes into this final like everyone wants to win. But I think Easy wants to prove that I can finish this final and I can compete. I may not be the most I'm not Mark. I'm not Darrell. I'm not Derek, but I am a challenge competitor. There's a reason I've been on so many seasons. And so I really think Easy's not necessarily competing for the win here, but he's like, I'm going to finish this. So, and I'm supporting him in that, Easy. I've always liked Easy. Yes, he's not the best at like endurance or like anything involving a lot of like hiking or running or anything like that. No, Easy's not that guy. But he still does well in a majority of the challenge seasons he's in, and there's a reason for that. So again, I like Easy's arc here, but he's choking early on the puzzle, I think, because of all that pressure. Darrell and John A get paired up. Yes, helps Jemmy, so him and Jemmy can get paired up, and Gisela and Derek get paired up. My winner picks get paired up. And then Kellyanne and Easy, the two worst puzzle makers, get paired up together as well. And they're in the back, and Kellyanne's already like having a mental breakdown. And Easy's like, you can't get in your head. We got to keep going. We got to finish. And I'm like, it's nice to see Easy helping Kellyanne, because Kellyanne really was panicking very fast. And you got to keep that clear head. You cannot get in your own head or you will fail. And Jemmy has a great line. She's like, I canoe all the time. She's like, however, there's like a gallon of daiquiris involved and it's never for speed. So this is a new experience. And I'm like, Jemmy. Jemmy has been gold this season. Like I've said multiple times, I was not really a big fan of Jemmy in the past challenge seasons I've seen, but like she brought as far as confessionals go and like good funny lines go and just like an overall strategy component, Jemmy has been the girl. She's like the golden goose of kind of that new age challenge mindset. I love it. I absolutely adore her this season. So Mark and Rudy are also paired up. I forgot to mention them because they just kind of slipped. Like they were also pretty bad at the puzzle, but it wasn't like as bad as Kellyanne and Easy. So they kind of just like slipped out without any real attention. So there's a lot of talk about how Alton and Anisa aren't really positioned right. So they're not moving very fast because Alton is weighing down that front of the boat and they're taking on water. And then Jemmy and Yes passed Gisela and Derek, as well as Mark and Ruthie, because Gisela and Derek, neither of them have really been in a canoe. Like none of them know, neither of them know how to do it. So they're putting a lot of effort in, but they're not really moving straight. They're kind of like going sideways, and so it like takes a lot more force to move, and they're also not making as much progress as everyone else. So everyone else is just passing them very easily. So Darrell and John A, they pass Anisa and Alden, who then flip over and they play the song "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" as the canoe is flipped, and they're like, you could see like the lifeguard guy come and like try to help them get back on the canoe. It's awesome. And Anissa's like, God damn it, Alton, center yourself. Because Anisa, she was in first place. She was doing so well, and then she just sees this whole final just slipping away. She's so mad. And Alton's like, I'm centered. She's like, God damn it, Alton. It's beautiful. And Darrell's like, he's up there in the front. That ain't even a damn seat. It's fucking gold, man. I loved every second of that. That was just television gold. So Johnny and Darrell are now in first place. So they finish there. Jemmy and Yes finish in second. Mark and Ruthie in third. Alton and Anisa, they managed to recover to get fourth. They're not out. Then it's a race between Easy and Kellyanne and Gisela and Derek to not get last. However, Gisela and Derek end up like in a reed patch going backwards. Like Derek's like, you ain't never seen anyone back up like this before. And I'm like, why are you going backwards, Derek? It was not going good for them at all. Easy and Kellyanne managed to finish fifth. They do not get eliminated here. Gisela and Derek finished last and are eliminated. Both my winner picks got taken out at the same damn time. I had two people in the final. I had two. And they both go out at the same time. When they got paired up, I was like, no. But I was like, well, Easy and Kellyanne are so far back. And then this other shit happens, and I'm like, come on. Damn it. But it's fine because I love all these other people, so it's okay. But Gisela and Derek are out. However, like we're after this, we can't not get a Challenge All-Stars 2, 3, 4, 5. Gisela is coming back. It may not be in season 2, but season 3, Gisela and Kendall, they're coming back. Derek, he's a challenge staple. He's coming back. He's going to get another season. Don't worry. Like Gisela was that person that came in that I was like, because I had seen the Gauntlet too. And I was like, why'd they bring her back? And then like after the first episode, I'm like, oh, she's gold. Of course. She's like fine wine, man. She aged perfectly. And she's fucking nailing it. So, you know, she's coming back. There will be more Gisela in the future. I am here for it. I will pick her again if she comes back. I'm on the Gisela train. I'm on that thick with 2 C's and a Q train, riding along, feeling good all the way, every time. And Derek, you can never go wrong with Derek on a challenge season. You can't. So they're gone. But we still have plenty of great people in the final. And one of the people I'm most shocked with is Yes. The guy hasn't competed. I think his last season was Battle of the Sexes too. But his first season was like one of the first seasons of the challenge. And here he is beasting the fuck out. Like, I love Yes. And I hope he comes back again, but I don't know if he will. This may be a one and doneer, especially if he ends up winning this season. He probably won't come back, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from Yes. So for leg number 2, the new partners are John A and Yes, Darrell and Jemmy, Ruthie and Easy, Mark and Anisa, and Alton and Kellyanne. So you have to basically build bikes, which that's a TJ thing. Build your fucking bikes. And you're tethered together and you have to ride to the next stage. Most people are not good at building bikes. And also when you're tied, if you've ever tried to ride a bike while tied to someone else, like you have to maintain a really good speed or else you're just going to drag that person down or it's just going to really suck. So this is actually really difficult to do. And I do not like anytime anyone had trouble with this, I can't blame them because one, you're building bikes, which is fucking hard if you don't do it. And also you have to do that tether thing. So this is a hard stage of the challenge. You can't really make fun of anyone for fucking up. Unless you're TJ. If you're TJ, yes, you can make fun of them for not knowing about bikes, but that's your whole fucking thing, TJ. Jemmy has a great line where she says, I hire people to build shit for me. I do not build shit myself. And she also says, my dad bought me a bike, and after a couple weeks of me not being able to ride it, he got me a go-kart. So she's not great at things without motors. It's very clear. Mark and Anisa, they work well together. They ran the Anisa's last final, which was the duel 2. They ran together there. Mark's a very supportive, a very calm partner to have. And that will tend to bring out the most in people. John A also eats shit at one point. She flips right over her handlebars and just fucking nails the ground. And Easy gets frustrated with Ruthie very easily. Easy gets hot easy. Like he has a temper. And that doesn't go well with people like Ruthie, where, you know, you need to be like Mark is, and kind of like Darrell, you gotta be supportive and calm and helpful. And that will bring out the best in people. If you just yell at people in a final, they choke 9 times out of 10. So, you know, not the best look for Easy. And he doesn't do this with everybody, but I think at this point, he's still trying to get ahead. Whereas I think in the later legs, as he's falling more behind, he's just trying to finish. Mark's pedal also falls off at one point. And so he has to like go like a skateboard, like push with one foot and then just pedal with the other. But he still goes. Like Mark's a fucking tank. Jem, her wheels get fucked up. So she's like going like this the whole time. And that made me laugh a lot. And Yes is also just super supportive of John A. Just seems like a really solid dude. So there's a puzzle after the bike ride, and Yes is the puzzle master. So John A and Yes get first place. Easy finishes very quickly, but he doesn't really help Ruthie immediately. And I'm like, Easy, that if you help her and get her done, you can be second here. But he doesn't. He like lets her struggle, and I'm not entirely sure why. So Darrell and Jemmy get second place, and Anisa and Mark third place. Alton and Kelly in fourth place. Easy and Ruthie get last place. So the new teams are Yes and Kellyanne, John A and Mark, Darrell and Ruthie, Alton and Jemmy, and Easy and Anisa. And so it's like a big sprint, you know, over hills and, you know, the inclines, declines, all that business, like a big hike. Yes, great at hiking. He's got like the 2 sticks, and like he you know, everyone has to tell him to slow down. Like if Yes was by himself, he'd have finished this in like a minute. Like the guy's fucking insane. But Easy, like I said, he's good with Anisa. Like he's very supportive of Anisa, and even at points when she thinks she doesn't have any left, he does get her to push forward. And he's like, "I'm so fucking proud of you. You know, it does as long as we finish. Like, you know, you're doing this. You're in a final. You're fucking doing it." And I'm like, "Yes, Easy. That's what you should have done with Ruthie." Alton drags Jemmy along because Alton is better at this kind of stuff. Darrell actually literally carries Ruthie because she's so small. He's like, "Hey, can I carry you?" She's like, "You can carry me up the hill if you really want to." And they play "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. And he's just hauling ass. He's like, "See ya, Mark." He just fucking goes. And Ruthie's giggling the whole time on his shoulder. It's fucking gold, man. Good, great stuff. Again, Darrell knows what to bring. So Yes and Kellyanne finish in first. Darrell and Ruthie finish in second. Alton and Jemmy in third. Mark and John A in fourth. And Easy and Anisa in fifth, but they do celebrate finishing. So the new pairings are Yes and Anisa, Kellyanne and Darrell, Ruthie and Alton. Jemmy is with Mark, and John A is with Easy. And so you have to eat 2 Carolina Reapers, do a puzzle, and then which is the puzzle they did when they were suspended up in the air and they were dropping in sequential, the one that Easy was really good at. They're doing that one. And Easy actually does do the puzzle because they all have to eat these Carolina Reapers, and John A's just like gagging in the back, and Easy's actually doing the puzzle. That made me laugh a lot. And then on the hike over after the puzzle, everyone's spitting and puking, but besides like Easy's the only one I think that didn't have a lot of problems with it. Like Jemmy's weak stomach's catching up to her. Everyone's like spitting and going down. And Easy's slowing down. He's not moving as fast, but he's still moving. He's not passed out. He's not having too much trouble. He's just not, he's in the back, and he knows he's in the back, but he's going to finish. Everybody else, Dorelli was like, I might need a medic. Like, he's looking rough. Everyone's looking rough. Carolina Reapers aren't fun. There's a reason why TJ, the maniacal host, put it in here. But as we head into the final, Yes is in first place. Darrell is in second place. I believe Jemmy is pretty high up there right now. The only people that like Easy's got 3 points. Like he's pretty much out of it right now. But everyone else could try to make a comeback here. And it looks like from the preview in the next episode, the final, which will be by yourself. You're gonna hike up a mountain. So, but right now, Yes is in the lead. And if he can stay within those first couple of placements, Yes can win Challenge All-Stars. But like I said, everyone here deserves it. Everyone's got their own story to arc. And I'm interested to see where we go from here. So comment down below, what did you think of the Challenge All-Stars so far? Who were you rooting for to pull out the big W? You probably had better winner picks than I did, but let me know in the comments down below. Also, the like button's down there, the subscribe button's down there if you need them. If not, I appreciate you guys listening to this podcast. In the meantime, stay safe. Most importantly, stay nerdy.